Okay, so we've made the cake. I'll be decorating that later, so I'll show you what it looks like. You can ice your cake, and there are lots of different icings you can use. I'm going to make a chocolate fudge icing, which is really easy to make, so you should have the ingredients. You could do a butter icing, or you could just sprinkle a bit of icing sugar over the top of your cake, so it's up to you. Okay, so to make the chocolate fudge icing, you need about an ounce of margarine or butter. An ounce is about a sort of tablespoonful, but you might want to weigh that. Put it into a saucepan. You need a tablespoon and a half of milk. So you might want to just measure that out, about a tablespoon and a half. And you need to just melt that in your pan on a low heat until it's completely melted. So this is what it should look like when it's all melted. You don't want to burn it, so just be very careful. You can then take it off the heat, and you need to add 4 tablespoons of icing sugar, and you should sieve it just to get rid of any lumps that might be in the sugar. And then we need 1 tablespoon of cocoa powder, and that makes it into the chocolate fudge icing. So sieve that through into your saucepan, which is now off the heat, and you're just going to mix that in to make your icing. So it's very simple. So this is what your cake should look like having come out of the oven. Leave it in the cake tin till it cools for a little bit before you try and take it out. It's always easier. So as you can see, it should usually rise in the middle. All cakes usually do. What I'm going to do is put the icing around the edge here, and I'm actually going to cut a little bit of the centre out so I can put my eggs, which I've bought, in the centre. If you buy eggs which are sugar coated, you can actually stick them directly on the chocolate icing and do whatever decorations you want to. Because they're foil covered, obviously I'm not going to do that, so that's why I'm going to cut a little bit out to the centre. So you can see I'm just finishing off icing around the cake here, and this is how I've decided to do it. As I said, I've just cut out the centre part there so my eggs can sit in the middle. You don't have to do this, you can do whatever sort of decorations you want. And just using the back of the spoon just to spread the chocolate fudge icing around. You can let it dribble down the cake, it doesn't really matter. May as well use up the icing. So there you can see I've iced the cake and it's ready for the eggs. So as I said, I've got foil covered eggs, so I'm just going to place them in the bit of the dip which I've got in the centre here. Literally put them in and get as many in there as I can. So there you have your Easter cake, your water cake, which is dairy free, egg free, and a nice little treat for Easter. So enjoy.